I couldn't believe it. I was over the moon. It's still barely even said now. I was ecstatic over it. It was possibly one of the biggest moments of my life so far.
New Views is the NT's playwriting programme for young people in secondary schools or further education colleges all over the UK, mainly for young people aged 14 to 19. This year really came with its challenges, so we really believe in bringing people together, and so many things were different. So what we did is we had a camera rehearsal alongside 2 performances with an audience of 6 outside of the cast and creatives who needed to be in the room. And then we got 5 cameras into the space to capture this performance to a really high standard. That's an incredible thing to be able to do.
We were in drama class and my teacher mentioned this competition, and just over the next few months we did workshops with a playwright and we just discussed writing scripts. I've seen many different representations of autism in media before, and so I wanted to have my own perspective of it and to show it myself.
It was just an amazing programme for the students. It really helped with them understanding about a play and the structure of the play and what you have to try and communicate to an audience through a play. And I think it really helped with their devising for their A-level course as well. It made a big difference. Perspective is about a young boy who, I think it's sort of almost a coming-of-age story where he has feelings of isolation and frustration and gets bullied, but through that finds somebody who relates to him and he can relate to her, and just there's a real sense at the end of hope and happiness, really, and that you can find that happiness somewhere. You just hope as a teacher that somebody's going to read that and feel the same way, and when they did and it went through, I was just so thrilled.
Every day of my life I've been laughed at, made fun of, excluded. You think it gets better after a while, but it just wears you down, Matt.
For any young person to have written a 30-minute play is incredible. I'm really lucky in that it's not my decision. It's a real team effort. About 40 staff in the National Theatre will read those plays, and that'll help us come up with the short list of plays. Then we go to a panel of writers, dramaturgs, directors who read that short list, and they decide the winning play. It takes a village to make a show like this, but especially when you're looking at a young person who 3 weeks ago found out they won and is suddenly watching that show be brought to life by a professional cast and company.
It was brilliant working with Mackenzie. He was incredibly open and generous, involved in prep. It was amazing to have him in rehearsals, and so it was brilliant just to have his insight and experience and his eye and brain on questions that we had about characters, the world, relationships, what was happening in those particular moments.
Seeing it in this space and with so many people working on it, it's quite overwhelming, and it's quite, humbling that so many people are getting involved to put this production on and to give a voice to Mackenzie and his work.
It's amazing. I've never even seen this sort of stuff really before, except through like TV and film and that. Just to see it happen, and also for a play that I wrote, is just incredible. I'm really excited to show people what I've written. Obviously a bit nervous and all that. It feels quite personal to me in a way, and I have poured my heart into it. I want people to just see kind of a reality of it, of autism, because there's a lot of assumptions about autism and neurodivergence. I'm excited to show people the play, and I want people to realise what autism really is and what it's like to have it.
I think there's a really strong message about speaking out and talking about how you're feeling, and how sometimes that's really hard to do, but how you feel better after doing that, and that comes across really clearly in the play.
So this has really motivated me to carry on writing potentially, and to pursue a career potentially in scriptwriting in the future or in acting.
I'm really excited to see what Mackenzie writes next. I think he's a really talented writer. I cannot believe that this is his first play, and the maturity and detail with which it was written. I'm really excited to see what he does next.